For Ryan Moirore, it is more than a win for intersex persons who have in the past faced challenges ranging from stigmatization, bullying and harassment from security officials, among many others. Ryan says for the first time he will feel like a Kenyan citizen after the addition of a third code after the male and female.
Every time I have to present my ID, it raises so many questions because when I get the age of puberty, and the body manifested itself, I became masculine. Now, the document I have is not matching.
This means during the national census that will take place on the 24th and 25th of August, all the intersex persons will have a sex code to be indicated with an eye marker for intersex persons, while the rest will be identified as either male or female. Kenya National Human Rights Commissioner Jedida Warohio says the inclusion of intersex persons in the national census will also assist the government with national planning. The inclusion of intersex persons has taken several years to achieve, with most of them having faced violence and discrimination.
First of all, then we affirm Article 28 of the Constitution that their inherent dignity is now protected as intersex persons because they are now recognized within our official national data or statistics as intersex persons.
The country up to date has no guidelines on the necessary steps to take if a child is born intersex, which leads to many intersex children confused about their sex after surgery encouraged by either the doctors or their mothers after birth. This has been a challenge for many intersex persons, according to Ryan, who is also the founder of Intersex Persons Society of Kenya.
No one was understanding when you find like your body have manifested opposite of what people thought you are. You are being accused for a curse, you are being accused for so many things, and many people are unable to bear that pressure. So what they opt is to drop from school, and many opt to kill themselves.
Certain special tests are done, especially if the mother says, in my family, or I have an intersex child, or in my family, there's an incident of intersex. But even if there is none, it is always good to check. Now it will go beyond a mother wanting to know what's the sex of my child. The sex will not only be male and female, it will also be intersex.
Ryan, who is recognized by the law as a female, has tried to commit suicide 7 times but failed from the discrimination, violence and stigma. He, however, says that though that is in the past, he would not want any other intersex persons to go through the same, hence his joy over the inclusion of intersex persons in the national census this month.
If only that sort for recognizing me as I was there, I believe I could have gotten more opportunities.
With all these changes in you can imagine adolescence is already a challenge to both a male and a female. What about when an intersex person? It's much more confusing.
In 2009, a woman in Kenya went to court after doctors wrote a question mark instead of the sex of her child in the birth papers. She demanded for identity of documents for her child to be able to attend school, a law preventing surgery on intersex children unless it is medically necessary, and proper information and psychological support for parents. In a ruling in 2014, the High Court ordered the government to issue a birth certificate to the 5-year-old child. In addition, the High Court ordered the Attorney General to create a task force that would look at ways of providing better support for intersex children. The task force handed its recommendations to the Attorney General in April, which include delaying surgery until children can choose for themselves and a robust survey on numbers. It also recommended that an eye marker, an intersex identifier, be used in public documentation.
Maybe they are checking with documentation. They place me under the female, but the other females are complaining. I don't fit there. So where does I belong? So I always find myself like I have no space. So that's why we are saying like we need to remain as I so that we can feel this is our space.
The inclusion of the intersex persons in the national census this year will be a major win for them, as the Constitution, according to Article 56, provides for affirmative action for minorities to participate in development. Diana Rachel Mbogwa, Ibru TV.